Hey, what's up, family? In this episode, we're gonna explore how to live stream in OBS. If you have any questions about anything, just let me know in the comments. Let me know on Instagram. Because at the end of the day, we're here to help each other, you know. So yeah, just let me know. Stay tuned. So the first step would be to download OBS Studio, and that stands for Open Broadcasting Software. It's a free software. It's open source. It can be downloaded on Windows, Macs, or Linux. So, you just go to your web browser, go to Google, type in OBS, literally, and then the first thing you see there, you press it. Whether you're using a PC or a Mac, you download the one that is compatible with your computer. It's pretty easy. You download it. All right, so now what we're gonna do is go to OBS. This is the interface that we have for like our Bible study setup at my church. So we're just gonna go step by step. All right. So right now, So in OBS Studio, you can create scenes and then sources. I like to create scenes because it acts as a preset for, you don't have to click all these things to make them visible, invisible, whatnot. So for our Bible study setup, I have it's really two scenes. This one is just a screen recording thing, a display capture, I should say. But so I pretty much have two scenes: the pre-service and then the one with our pastor speaking. All right, so this is how the easy way to do it. First, I made this in OBS. All you do to do something like this part right here is you go right here and you add a text. You can name it whatever. I'm just gonna name it. This is a test. Okay, and then you put whatever text that you want in there. So I'm just gonna write it as that. Okay, so it came up. You can make the font bigger, smaller. You can stretch things out, do everything you want with this, pretty much. But yeah, we're gonna delete that. That was just for demonstration purposes, So you just go here, remove it. If you don't want something, you just remove it. And the thing about OBS, it saves your profile. It saves everything you do live. You don't have to press save or anything like that, which is good. So that's the text part. What I did for the watermark slash like logo or whatnot, or whatever it's called, but all I did was get my church's logo and I uploaded it as a PNG file. So what I did is I went to image and then I added the image, but it has to be a .png file, of the image. That way it doesn't show the background. There should be no background. You see how it's just, that's how it should be. You need to have a PNG version of your background so it's transparent and the resolution doesn't get affected by you stretching it out. Next is the countdown. So I'll just show you a little bit of this one. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm in studio mode. I can stay in regular mode, but I'm gonna go to studio mode. What I'm gonna do is press countdown. That's what I want, and then press transition. All right. Don't mind my computer. This computer's really laggy. I need a new computer, but I mean, I've just been pushing this computer to the limit, and I only have like 4 gigabytes of RAM on it. But that's besides the point. Yeah. So the way that I do that, there are multiple ways you can set a countdown. But what I did, the easiest way, is to go to this website called worshiphousemedia.com and type in countdowns, and it'll come up. You find the one that you like. You know, they have so much, and it's made for churches and things like that. I mean, this is the easy way. If you don't have Pro Presenter, if you don't have Easy Worship, if you don't have any like expensive software out there that you may have to pay $300 for, if you can't afford that, this is the cheap way. All right, so we'll go right here. As you can see, I purchased this one, $9. We'll just go right to it. And then, so I already purchased this product, but you can download an MPEG file if you're using or you can use like a QuickTime file or whatever's compatible with your computer. You can download it in different resolutions. I have it on 480p as well as 1080p, but to be honest with you, I think the 480p resolution isn't that bad. It's not really that bad. I haven't really seen a huge drop off in it. And so yeah, so you download that. What you do is go back to OBS and insert it. You can go to you go right back to images, and then you would upload it as an image. No, correction. You would upload it as a media source. So you'd press media source and upload your media source. See, I have them right here already. And in order to, another thing is, if you want to edit these things, like transform them or whatever, you have to take the lock off. Do what so you can edit them. But to lock it is to save it. To press the I is to make it seen. If you press it again, it takes it off. So yeah. So to the audio side of this, what I did with the countdown, it has its own music. But what I did was I muted it, and then I added another media source with other music. I just hid the video that was actually playing. But yeah, so that's what I did. Like I said, this is the easy way, the more affordable way. Besides the laptop and all the gadgets, I didn't really spend more than I spent on the countdown and the blank scene, as you'll see later. So to the service, let's go straight to the service now. Yes, I still have this here. I just put it in a different part, and I have another watermark right here. We're going straight down. We're just trying to trying to show you how I did this. So for the lower third, what I did for the lower third was I went to this website, and thank God for these websites and third-party apps for people who can't afford it but have the vision, have the mind. They can still do what they need to do at an affordable price. So I went to this website called Canva.com, right? And this is what you do. All right, so what I did was I started a new thing. I didn't use any of the templates. And shout out to AJ, the CEO, for teaching me how to do this. But you pretty much would use this as you would use like Photoshop or any software like that. And you make it a green background. In short, I'll link his video in here. But green background, I put that in there, and then I put that there. So, it's all about how it appears in the final product. People don't need to know how you did it, as long as it is presentable. I put all of that. This is just a cheap version. If I was gonna have multiple people come in like I would in a service, I'd probably do it a little bit differently. I'd probably preload the common people who go up to speak, to sing, or to pray, do anything, and then I would make one for each and every one of them and have it on standby, so whenever they go up, I can change it accordingly. So yeah, you put the lower third in, and I aligned it so the watermark just flows. It just seems like it came with it, So as you can see, I uploaded the lower third. I just uploaded it. I exported it and then uploaded it as an image. And then what I did is I went to filters and I added a filter, a color key. And the color that I keyed out was green. So if I put blue, then you're gonna see the green, But I keyed out green. And then, so now you don't see anything. Alright. And what I did after that, okay, we're gonna skip this. We're gonna come back to this, but I went to the blank river right here, right? So let me transition to that. That is also from Worship House Media, but it's from the same like series of things as the countdown, but it's just a blank version. So I just use that as a background, So because this is keyed out, the green is keyed out, whatever's underneath is going to show. And I showed the blank river, Alright, so lastly, to our NDI source. What I did for this is first you have to download, you have to go to Google and type in NDI driver for OBS. I typed that in, press this right here, and then you come here and it's gonna say download or something right here. And when you download this is essentially the driver for NewTek NDI. And what NDI is, it allows you to use an internet connection to show the camera instead of having to use a video capture card. It's essentially an IP camera. So I use my phone as an IP camera. And what I did is I downloaded this app on the Apple App Store called NDI HX Camera. You can also download the NDI HX Capture. And the capture is essentially a screen recording of your phone. But the HX camera, it shows essentially the image that you saw of my pastor. It's gonna show right here. But what you do to key out the background, I recorded him in front of a green screen, cheap green screen from Amazon. And again, you go to filters, but instead of doing color key, you just do chroma key, which is essentially the same thing, So we use the chroma key. We keyed out green again. So when we keyed out green, because this blank river is behind it, it's going to show whatever is behind it, because now this is transparent besides the person talking, as long as he's not wearing green. Wherever there's green, it's not going to show because it keyed it out. And I keyed it out in the lower third as well. So it's all essentially an illusion. So that's the short version. That's the simple version. Just remember that at the end of the day, you're the one that has to have the vision about what you want. You don't need to have a whole bunch of money. This is 2020. When I'm recording this video, it's 2020. You don't need to have a whole bunch of money. You don't need to have a whole bunch, but you do need to put the work in, and it's not that hard, as you can see. Sometimes you just need somebody to tell you. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, if you're going to rent sound, you have to make it count.